Hello everyone! Welcome to my home practice. My name is Sanaz Busing. I teach at Purple Lotus Yoga Studio and Starlit Yoga Studio. Hello to all my students and friends and teachers. I am going to show you what you might need for your home practice, especially if you like to dedicate a space to sit and meditate or practice yoga. The most important thing, of course, is the space you're in. So just moving furniture around a little bit, finding a little area that you feel quite calm and at peace, and a yoga mat, something that you can sit on, or a comfortable maybe rug that you're comfortable to practice yoga on. Another thing would be probably a blanket. So a blanket is something essential for your yoga practice or even meditation. If middle of meditation you get a little bit chilly, you can use your blanket to wrap around yourself. You might decide to sit on the blanket as a prop. You might decide to lie down and place the blanket on yourself. I would say in my sacred spot, having a box of tissue would be a good idea in case during practice my nose starts running, or I cough or sneeze or anything like that. So a box of tissue is a good idea. Another one is something alive. So a plant is a beautiful idea. I have this lovely plant that my friend Beth has given me, and in this plant I have a little kind of object, a heart-shaped object here, that it kind of gives me a little bit of peace, and I feel connected to the plant, and I have a little love you balloon here. So in your sacred space, I would say you need to entertain your five senses, making sure that the temperature is perfect. You're not sitting in an area of draft, either from above or going through you, so a comfortable area. The sound around you, you can always have some sort of music around, or if you have a water fountain, you might decide to bring or get a singing bowl. And once in a while you might like to start your practice with kind of hitting the gong or your singing bowl. And then after practice, it's always a good idea to kind of jot down your thoughts. So maybe a notebook, a pen or pencil, different color pens usually makes it a little bit more creative. And you can just write maybe one line, today, da 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 da, or something about gratefulness. Usually that helps a lot to come into a place of more peace and more centeredness. And then a few other fun objects. I usually have tea after my meditation, and this is just an old jar of honey that I filled with Persian rose flowers. And so all I do is just put some rose pebbles in my kind of teapot, pour some hot water, and it just sits there. Sometimes I turn a candle on and the teapot stays nice and warm. It's always nice to have light, so you can either have a candle close by, somewhere safe, not around wood or your kind of window covers, or you can have a salt lamp, and salt lamps are wonderful because they kind of pick up the negative ions in the atmosphere around you and they turn them into positive ions. Another one is a scent, so you might like incense. You can get frankincense, kind of little frankincense droplets I call them, and burn those. You can have sage. Now is a good time to go for a stroll around and maybe collect some sage for yourself. Palo Santo is a favorite of mine, a piece of wood, a bark of the Palo Santo tree, comes from I believe Central and South America. And all you have to do is just enough, you just kind of put a little bit of heat by the Palo Santo and gives you just this aroma in the room, and you don't have to necessarily smudge your space at all times, just enough to give you that, okay, an invitation to sit and ground yourself. Of course, hand lotion. If you have a favorite hand lotion or body lotion, that's a good idea as well. You don't have to have sage or Palo Santo. essential oils. Very popular one, thieves oil at this moment. It's wonderful for just getting rid of the common cold, kind of flu symptoms. If you feel sluggish or tired, the cinnamon and clove are really uplifting. And then another thing for taste buds, beside tea, is ginger candy. You might like to enjoy having some candy around you, or maybe dark chocolate. So keep that in mind. Um, Usually in my sacred space, I have books, a lot of books around. But if you don't have a dedicated sacred space, of course, and you are trying to make one, then maybe have either a poetry book. A favorite of mine is Dana Fald's, or a book that means a lot to you. For me, it's Women Who Run with the Wolves, by Clarissa Pinkola Estes. And so you pick spiritual books or religious books, maybe children's stories. That's a beautiful book to kind of have close by. A few other things are statues. You might like to have either statues or pictures. I usually keep a picture of me and my sister, very sacred, very close to me, so I kind of have that close by. But there's always the picture or the statue of the Buddha, just this Buddha nature within us, within all of us. But there are other statues. A clown is a favorite of mine, and just a simple clown statue reminds me that not to take life so serious and have a little bit of fun once in a while as well. Rocks are something amazing. You can collect a rock from one of your hikes. You can go to a store and buy a rock if you wish. Someone might have gifted you a rock. So this is citrine, and I really enjoy this rock. So one of my favorites here. And if you have a statue or an object, this little turtle statue is just kind of, again, a reminder, one day at a time, take it slow and gentle, one day at a time. Memorabilia, I've lost a few dogs in the past few years, and my beloved dog Brewski's collar has always been a good reminder of good times and playfulness and enjoying nature. So I keep Brewski's collar with me. Prayer beads or mala beads are a really good one. If you have none of the above, a simple plant, some mala beads, and maybe some dark chocolate would be a good idea. Another suggestion is hand bolsters. So I make these hand bolsters. They're heart-shaped hand bolsters. And if you want one, you can always kind of message me and I will send you one. They're $20 for a pair. But yeah, hand bolsters are a nice one just because they have just that enough weight to either place on your heart center, your chest, on your forehead if you wish. Hold it in your hands as you lie down in Shavasana or rest pose or bliss pose. Or maybe you just want to, in meditation pose, you like to place it on your thighs or knees or somewhere close by. And last but not least is an eye pillow. So you can use an eye pillow that you might have bought from a store, maybe ordered online, maybe a loved one has made it for you. Again, you can message me and I'll be more than happy to make you one. But yeah, eye pillows are a lovely kind of piece of sacred jewelry that you can keep in your sacred spot. This is it for now. I hope to see you in my classes on Zoom at Starlit Yoga and Purple Lotus, and I wish you all a beautiful and peaceful life at this time. Namaste.